actually come back. I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Every missed call, the entire game, whether it's a charge or a block or a deflection that was wrong or a foul that should have been called that wasn't called or vice versa. Give me a 48-minute report. And people that will understand that there's so many mistakes that the referees make over the course of the game that referees, ready folks, don't decide the outcome.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The Early Line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage late
sort
night.
of has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm looking at these games, and I don't really feel confident about any of them. If there was one game I feel the most confident about, I'd say it's Carolina. That Carolina will beat the Rangers. The Oilers and the Canucks will probably go to overtime. It's a complete toss-up. Every game's a one-goal game. Who knows? Something will happen late. The Panthers and Bruins, my gut tells me the Boston Bruins extend this thing to 7. They're not losing this game with Marchand back. And it'll be fun to see, too. He'll go after Kachuk. He's going to go after Bennett. He owes Bennett for real, and he will, too. So, right? And something to keep our eye on, too. He's the type of dude, if they're losing, he'll go after him on the way out. He might try to take the Panthers down with him if they're losing this game. But I think the Bruins will win. I think Swayman's good enough to steal this game for him. I said Bobrovsky's like Jose Theodore. Listen, Jose Theodore was the MVP of the National Hockey League one year. And the guy would make, like, these crazy saves, like, highlight reel, incredible, like, oh, my God, save of the year. And then, 5 minutes later, he'd let in a floater wrist shot from 40 feet. And they'd be like, dude, what happened? Like, and that's Bobrovsky. Last night, Bobrovsky, late in the game, made a save on a breakaway, then boom on the rebound, which was not easy to do. It was like, oh, God, that's elite goaltending right there. But then he lets in bad goals too much. So I think Swayman is more consistent, and I think Boston will dig down deep and be able to use the fact that they blew the 3-1 lead. We're going 7 guys in this one. What's your pick, George? Boston or Florida?
All right, so Cam took Florida, you took Boston. I get to break the tie here. Before the series started, I had Florida in 6. I'm sticking with it. Florida in 6. All right, and I listen, I don't trust Bobrovsky whatsoever here. I think Boston, if Swayman is the best player on the ice tomorrow, then we get Game 7. Now he has to be, because I don't trust Bobrovsky. I don't think Bobrovsky can win the game. The Florida Stars have to win the game. Kachuk, Barkov, Tarasenko to a degree, and all those guys. Verhaeghe have to score some goals here. I know Marchand's playing. I'd like to know what that injury was. I think it was a separated shoulder, which means he's not going to be anywhere near 100%. I just don't see it here. So we'll see. I don't know how much difference he's going to make in this game as far as on the ice. I think his presence, great. Emotionally, fine. But as far as being physically doing something, I just don't know here. I don't love it. I don't like the price of minus 160. But I'm going to stick with what I had before the series. Florida tomorrow night ends it.
I think Marchand will be fine. He'll get shot up. If he's the type of dude, if he's on the ice, he's going to have an impact. on the game, and his emotional presence does make a massive difference for them. Like there's no doubt about that. They're going to be charged up, and they're going to bring it too. I don't know what his injury was either. I mean, he did take a stick. He took the butt like to the jaw as well, right? He got knocked out cold. He got knocked out cold, like point blank on the ice.
Concussion, but then you'd be out. You'd be
out. No, he did. It's not the NFL.
Still 4 days. You're right though. It's the playoffs. Weird thing, Oh yeah, you're fine. Yeah, go back in there. So maybe
they don't tell anybody, right? They just said, upper body injury.
Upper body injury. Meanwhile, brain injury.
I think it's a separated shoulder from when he hit the ice, landed into the boards. That's my guess. That the shoulder popped in and out.
Both.
Complete guess.
His shoulders hurt, his brain got scrambled. The bottom line for Boston, Gabe, you know it, I know it. Pasternak, if he shows up, and Swayman, we got a Game 7, just like George said. Geeky's been a pretty underrated player for that team. He doesn't get a lot of respect, but I think Florida's a better team.
Level 3, this is SportsRage. I'm Morency, the trip to police officers and people to bust them and everybody else in between. Let's do this thing. We're picking up the pieces following the NBA and another night of NHL action, and extended series is the theme of the night tonight as the Colorado Avalanche roll into Dallas and beat the Dallas Stars, but the Dallas Mavericks roll into OKC and beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. Updated series price right now, the Dallas Mavericks are minus 400 favorites to win the series. The Oklahoma City Thunder are plus 320. We've got some Major League Baseball going on right now. One LA team is winning, the other LA team is losing, and ironically enough, it's the Angels who are winning 7-2 over the Cardinals. Meanwhile, the Giants are up on the Dodgers 4-1. We're into the top of the ninth inning. NFL schedule release was dropped tonight. We're going to go over that before we're done. We hit it a little bit earlier, and we want to give props to the Chargers social media team for once again killing and winning the NFL schedule release. And we do have questions for the Buffalo Bills social media team, and wondering what the hell does LeBron James have to do with anything? I'm baffled by this. Like, I don't understand, like, why, like, look at that. It makes no sense.
It's so stupid. It's upsetting me. You're right, Gabe. We got to find out who's behind this in the boardroom. He gone.
Do we have?
Get him out.
Do we have? No, if I was LeBron, I'm sending a cease and desist letter.
Yeah.
Great job, guys. This is the best one. This is the best one. The Chargers just win. So the Chargers did like a video for Harrison Butker where they put him in a kitchen. But they also did like a Pop-Tart theme for each game. So each team has they're on the Pop-Tart box. If you can get it up once again, guys. So the Chargers are playing the Raiders in Week 1. Harbaugh's first game, and they're going with the garbage flavor here, Kim. So you got the garbage can.
It's all like a mixed bag in the tin. The garbage bins there. These guys are awesome. You're right.
You want a garbage Pop-Tart, Raiders.
Yeah, exactly. Just garbage. That's fantastic. Absolutely. Great.
I'm telling you. Social media, whoever runs the social media program for the Chargers, they do good work. They really do. And it's clear that the team approves of it and encourages it because they don't hold back. Remember, like they had, a couple of years ago, the Chargers, they had Urban Meyer making out with a girl in a bar.
Yeah.
When they were playing the Jacks.
Right.
I remember awesome. I was like, what the hell? Like, it was like, playing the Jags, it was Meyer, like, with a girl in a bar. It's like, man, like, they go all out, this team, where I'm amazed. I'm really, like I said, I'm shocked that the NFL doesn't tell them, like, you can't do this. Like, you're not, like, you're an NFL team. You can't be making light of a coach's marital issues.
At least they're winning something.
Great comedy, though. It's excellent.
Hey, well, now that Harbaugh's there, it's a new regime.
Exactly.
Sounds like you're a Cowboy fan, so it almost sounds like a side bet. Who wins more games, the Chargers or the Cowboys? So Cowboys are in a much easier division.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Are they in a much easier division? Who's great?
The NFC East?
West other than Denver, other than Kansas City. Everybody else sucks.
The Chargers don't suck. The Chargers don't suck.
Ooh, they got
Denver's
nobody left.
Raiders. Yeah, you're right, George. It's not great. It's top heavy, but yeah, your division totally.
If Philadelphia and Kansas City are even, Dallas is better than the Chargers.
No, you're right.
Yeah, the NFC East is not great, but it's better than the AFC West.
They're very you know what? They're very similar. Let's say that Philadelphia is Kansas City. Yeah, I guess you're right. You can almost argue
Dallas is better than the Chargers. Raiders,
Dallas and the Chargers are the same, bro.
No, that's not fair.
Dallas is better.
Dallas
are they?
Look at their track record. Well, no, just recently their track record. I know this year, but
they beat the
regular
Chargers
season
last
wins.
year with the crazy Asian girl celebrating. You know, the plant.
So a super fan.
Super fan, right?
Yeah, they thought
she's a real fan. She's
I thought she was great.
For me. Yeah, she was great.
I liked it better when she was all sad at the end. That was the Cowboy game.
People tried to say, "Oh, she's not," because they found her in like a Ravens jersey, and they're like, "Oh, she goes from game to game," and they tried to ruin her life and bring her down, and she doubled down, and they're like, "People are idiots." Her son plays for a high school football team that's the Ravens, and she was wearing Ravens. She was at her son's high school football game. Amazing. And they were like, all right, leave the lady alone. She's real. Because people are like, it can't be real. And it's like, no, she's real. She's as real as it gets.
You look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Every missed call, the entire game, whether it's a charge or a block or a deflection that was wrong or a foul that should have been called that wasn't called or vice versa. Give me a 48-minute report. And people that will understand that there's so many mistakes that the referees make over the course of the game that referees, ready folks, don't decide the outcome.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage late
sort
night.
of has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. Shout out to all of our AM radio affiliates joining us and all of our television affiliates, streaming platforms, and everything else in between. I got another best of X. I want to get to this before we bring Ian Cameron in, actually. And if you guys can, let's go to Paris with the Olympics. This one is great. And I don't know if we have our, where's our little bumper as well. We got a little soundbite for this. But this is the Olympic Village in Paris. As you can see, they're going all out with the decorations and the bedding in the room, and these beds. Hit the music here. This is too good. So the Olympics are around the corner right now, and the Olympic Village is ready to go. And these are the beds that the athletes have to sleep on. It's an anti-sex bed. And anti-sex beds are making a comeback at the Olympics this year. The goal is to deter athletes from getting too frisky. The beds are made of recyclable cardboard and are just twin size, leaving little room for certain activities. Yeah, like sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. Like, can I wake up for my event? Yeah, I'm sleeping on cardboard.
No, so they're giving out 300,000 condoms for the record. So the Olympic Committee, they're going to distribute 300,000. That's a lot of condoms for the Olympic Village. It is said that in a poll of Olympic athletes, how about this, Cam? 70 to 75% of Olympic athletes have sex at the Olympics.
Of course they do. It's amazing. You're at the Olympics.
After their event, they've been training for all, and then it's party away. And then you just go right into the village, and where's Team Sweden at, right? You're like, where's that Team Sweden at, man?
Exactly. Want a party?
300,000 condoms. Plus, it's Paris, so you know they're going to get it on. A lot of wine, cheese, Eiffel Tower. It's going to be a lot of stuff.
I'll take you over. I got to be honest with you, Gabe. With those cardboard beds, though, when you just go to a store or whatever and buy an inflatable, like there's many ways to get around.
Well, you're thinking differently. I just thought, I was like, these athletes are going to have sex standing up, right?
Yeah, that too. You're right. Stand up sex.
Because you know right through it. Boom.
You're right.
But like, you know what I'm saying? It's recyclable card. They actually, they don't want, too much thumping going on, so to speak.
Cardboard.
But like these beds are so small, and that's one picture we have. We need like better angles. We'll get more shots up tomorrow. We need better angles in the room. But just think, Cam, some of these Olympians are not small people. You ever seen like a Bulgarian woman shot like put woman? Or like some German dude like that throws like the shot, like, you know what I mean? Like there's that hammer stuff. Like there's a lot of like big people in the Olympics. They can't sleep on this. Like you said, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, they're going to sleep on the floor. There's going to be people who be like, yeah, at this point, like I'm just going to get like an air mattress and sleep on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. It's better for you. David Lee Roth slept on the floor. Those beds suck. But you're right, Gabe. Stand-up sex, great answer by you. That's the alternative for shower sex. But the showers are probably pretty small, too.
Yeah, they're called anti-sex beds. I don't really understand it. Let's bring in... where they think it's going to stop people from having sex?
What are you saying, Babano, anti-sex? Just picks?
Well, I didn't want to pick on him. I do have a line, but it's not personal against him. I was going to say the anti-sex bed, otherwise known as the sports handicapper bed.
Yes! That's a good one. Good call.
But it's not an attack. Babano.
It's for all of us.
Personally, I'm sort of stealing this from...
sex in bed. We're trying to reinvent the wheel now, yeah.
That's so good.
Jimmy Kimmel had a great. Jimmy Kimmel did a presentation where he does like jokes for like advertisers and stuff. It's like a private comedy thing for rich people and the sponsors. And he goes, "Hey, did you hear?" He goes, "We have a new streaming sports platform service coming." He goes, "Where you're going to get all the ESPN, Fox Sports, and fantasy sports." And all your sports channels. And he goes, in other words, and we're going to call it Weekend at Divorced Dad's Channel. Which is exactly. Like, it was a good, like, it's a good
the
line.
Windbreaker
What's the
Network.
name of the streaming? It's like Weekend at Dad's Divorced Dad's Channel.
Amazing.
I'm going to go over to Dad's and watch some sports. He's got me this weekend.
That's wicked.
Kimmel had some good jokes, like better than his show, actually, like when it was private. Yeah, he had some. He had some really good ones. Yeah, so a couple of things just baffle me about this. They handed out 450,000 condoms in Brazil. Actually, they really got it on in Brazil. They're toning it down, and I used to think too. I was like, you know what? These NBA players are spoiled, and like if you're going to be in the Olympics, the least you can do is stay in the village. You know, like they always stay on yachts or they stay in like a 5-star hotel nowhere near the Olympic Village. But how the hell could an NBA player sleep on that bed?
I agree. If the only people with no money or broke sleep on those beds. If you got money, we're gone.
And on a more serious note, too, the Olympics are worse than the NCAA. Like, at least the NCAA put the kids up in like a 5-star hotel, right before the damn game. The Olympics, they're not paying the athletes. You're charging so much for the rights fees for TV. You're charging so much for tickets to actually go. And then you give athletes that have been training for 4 years and their entire life for the biggest competition of their life, you give them a freaking cardboard box recyclable mattress that a horse jockey would have a hard time sleeping on.
You know what, Gabe? If George Kurtz are listening, you clip that. You couldn't be more right. That's the thing. Like,
no, from an athlete perspective, it's like, guys, you're making $8 billion. Can you at least give us a real mattress in here? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Honest to God, the IOC are the biggest scumbag dirtbags.
They're the worst,
they might
bro.
As well,
think about it, Cam. No one's getting paid.
I know.
They're not paying anybody anything. So
it's
you're
like,
getting billions of dollars for rights fees. Millions of tourists are going there and getting ripped off and paying all this money. And then you feed these people a banana and put them up in like a rooming house.
Here's your cardboard bed, Igor.
No, remember the foods? Like, hey, here's some oatmeal for breakfast. Yeah, here you go. Like,
rule.
Yeah. Now you understand why when you hear, Team USA and Team Canada brought their own food and their own chefs and their own everything. Otherwise, you get screwed over.
Yeah,
I'm with you. End up eating a baguette every day there. Yeah, I'm going to go for a baguette. Some cheese.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for, so I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
Devastating loss to Georgia Tech, where they made significant coaching errors, but Miami, with all of these changes, obviously looking to churn over this roster and upgrade the talent level.
Don't sleep on Rick Pitino. Listen, at the end of the day, the portal is the portal, Mike. Don't matter where you came from, it's where you're going and how much money can you get.
Inside the transfer portal. Only on SportsGrid.
When it comes to betting on sports, injuries matter, and Sports Injury Central has you covered all year long with expert injury analysis and injury-based picks for the NFL, NBA, and MLB. Our former pro sports doctors have unmatched experience to analyze every injury so you know the impact of the player, team, and their upcoming matchup. Whether it's articles, podcasts, player insights, or our patented injury scores, Sports Injury Central will help you keep up with your fantasy team and make more informed wagers. So make sure you follow Sports Injury Central and gain an edge at SixScore.com.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. The Pips, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. Ian Cameron now in the house. We still got to get back to Cam's picks. We did talk about the PGA Championship earlier with Brady Cannon, one of the best in the business. And Brady, surprisingly enough, crazily enough, is going with Xander Schauffele in this tournament. Remember, I told him, Cam, I said, I got to start to question your wisdom now, Brady, a little bit. All kidding aside.
That was the best. More top 5 or 10 play. He doesn't win, Gabe. Like, you saw what happened again on the weekend. He's there. And
I took him for like 3 years, 4 years, and I'm taking him probably about 20, like literally 4 or 5 years of majors, guys. I was on him. Yeah. And I didn't take him every week in every tournament or anything like that, but it was one of those deals. I was like, well, I've already taken him so much. I don't have a choice now. But I'm to the point now where I don't believe in him to win these things.
Gabe, he is the best top 5 and 10 bet though every time. Like it's just that's what you do with Schauffele. You take him in a matchup bet against a guy. If you know what I mean? Because think about it, he came second last week to Rory. That's the thing. Like every single major top 10, I don't know what it is. On Sundays, he just plays a conservative game and he can't get it done. But the guy's a wicked golfer. He just can't close.
Well, he is, and he's going to win one of these times. I just, my problem with that is too the odds, not enough. So we'll get back to the golf. I want to go over some of these odds boost and different props that they have up as well. But Ian Cameron in the house, one of the ice guys. So, Babano, let's blast through these hockey games. Rangers and Hurricanes. Canes minus 165. Clearly the better team when they play 5-on-5. We've talked about the Rangers living on the power play. Rangers are better at home than they are on the road. Carolina suddenly look like the better team in this series. The Rangers are slowing down and are offensively challenged. What do you think about this game? Canes minus 165 right now.
That's true. All of that's true. But this price is, minus 160, in that range with Carolina. And this has been the kind of series where, look, game 1 was a 1-goal game. Game 2 went to overtime. Game 3, overtime. Game 4, overtime. Game 5, or actually Game 4, they won in regulation, that one. And then Game 5, of course, it was close. And then the Carolina Hurricanes busted it open in the third. My point is that you're laying minus 160 when every game has been pretty much nip and tuck. And so from that standpoint, I'm not totally comfortable laying the price like this. I'm going a different route here because I do think you're going to see the New York Rangers play a whole lot better. There's a lot of owning what happened in Game 5, and it started with Jacob Trouba, the captain, because he screwed up on one of those goals too. It was a bad play by him defensively, turned the puck over, led to one of the goals. He said he needed to be better. He took ownership of it. A lot of the other players did too, Panarin, Zibanejad. I expect a much better effort, a little more urgency from the Rangers to close it out on the road. It won't be easy in that building, but I like the Rangers team total here. It's 2.5. It's plus 100. It's a really good price. We're just asking them to score 3 goals. Freddie Anderson, to his credit, played well in Game 5. Let's see it again. I think Shesterkin will step his game up a little bit, and I think the extra day off will help Shesterkin. He looked a little tired in the third period of Game 5. One of those rebounds he didn't control. Usually a fatigue type of play, and I think the extra day off does help Shesterkin. And while I'm not comfortable saying Rangers win, you look at the games in Carolina, they've been able to score 3 goals in a lot of these games in Carolina in this series, and that's all we need out of them here in Game 6. So that's what I like most of all, boys. Rangers team total over 2.5 plus 100.
Edmonton Oilers, Vancouver Canucks. This series is a very intense series. Strange game last night. Last night's game was very similar to a soccer game. It was like nothing really happened. And then, in the last couple of minutes, you had this flurry of activity. Vancouver were flat. You want to talk about mailing it in, Babano? Rick Tocchet called it out. Said I had 5 to 7 passengers tonight that just didn't compete at the level we needed them to compete at. The forecheck wasn't there. There was the energy wasn't there for the Canucks. And, a few guys brought it, but it wasn't enough. They woke up late and they nearly stole another one, but they deserved to lose the game in the end. If they don't play like their skates are on fire tomorrow, then they never will. This is the one. This is the response game. Must-win situation for the Canucks tomorrow night. Plus 125 dogs. Edmonton Oilers are minus 150 favorites. Who do you like in this game, Babano?
Well, Rick Tocchet obviously was very critical after Game 4. We saw it and we heard it, saying 5 or 6 guys, we need more out of them. They got to get going. Some of them don't even know it's the playoffs yet. I mean, that's as critical as it gets, at this time of year. And Pettersson was mentioned as well, in that press conference. Says he's got to get going too. So basically saying we need better from everybody. But what I like too, and I don't know if this is true or not, it's just something I read, but JT Miller and Tocchet, the smaller guys this way defensively. That's leadership.
You look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Every missed call, the entire game, whether it's a charge or a block or a deflection that was wrong or a foul that should have been called that wasn't called or vice versa. Give me a 48-minute report. And people that will understand that there's so many mistakes that the referees make over the course of the game that referees, ready folks, don't decide the outcome.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early
The
line.
magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live. Prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage late
sort
night.
of has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. We're rolling along. We've got to get to the golf, and we will in the next segment. Talking NHL now. We'll take a look at the NBA situation as well. But as far as the National Hockey League is concerned, so the Oilers and Canucks, Babano, what's your play for tomorrow in this game? Vancouver?
Yeah, Vancouver first period. I think that's the best look. We've seen this happen a lot in the playoffs. Team that loses the previous games really strong early. Boston, even the last two games, they lost game. The game before, and they came out strong. Saw Edmonton after losing game 3 against Vancouver, and game 4 respond and get the 1-0 lead. I was on the puck line with the Oilers in the first period last night, and I feel the same way here. I think this is Vancouver's turn to have the strong start, be on the front foot. And more than anything, look, we don't know how good Calvin Pickard is yet, because he was good, he was solid, he didn't give up the bad goal like Skinner, but at the same time,
he wasn't really tested.
And protected him well. Yes, they did. They
He's
defended very well.
He's been a backup his whole career. Nice guy and all, but there's a reason why he's a third-string goalie. He's Calvin.
Let's see when Vancouver comes out storming tomorrow night in the first period, how he does. So I like Vancouver first period money line.
We saw too. As soon as Vancouver dialed it up a notch, Pickard didn't look as confident in the net. like Vancouver was an onslaught, and boom, Kelly Rudy brought it up at the intermission, and he would know, being a goalie. He said Pickard's played well, and same thing. He goes, he hasn't really faced any tough shots. And he goes, let me tell you, his mind is going to be racing in the third period, because he goes, Vancouver is going to raise it up. And he goes, what will happen if they score? Will he be able to hang on? If there was more time in that game, no, he wouldn't have. You know what I mean, guys? Vancouver beat him at the end. It was like, all right, here it is. Boom. They started to play faster. Vancouver played slow last night. There was there was just slow, Cam. They telegraphed, Botterill brought it up. Remember I talked about it? The hesitation all the time. They would hesitate instead of they were always hesitating and slow, and they would dump it in the corner, but they wouldn't fight for the puck after. And it just wasn't there. So I agree with you, Urbano. I would expect the Canucks in the first period. I like the Canucks in the first period. They'll be small dogs in the first period.
You saw their goals. The minute you got in front of Pickard, he was done. His reaction time. He's been in the league a long time. It's not like you said it. Morency, we talked about it. Every save he made like a junior goalie. Those were easy shots.
Dude, 8 shots on goal through 2 periods.
Come on.
It's a joke. The Zamboni driver that won the game could have did it. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see how good Pickard is. This is going to be a true test because Vancouver's coming out guns a blazing. I agree with Babano.
Let me throw a couple similarities at you. Remember Devon Taves missed the game for Colorado, the illness. It was Caleb Jones took his spot, and Jones was terrible. And he took a couple of bad penalties, bad turnovers. Look at Vancouver last night without Carson Soucy serving the one-game suspension. Noah Juleson took his spot. Noah Juleson turns it over late in the second period in the neutral zone, and it leads to the Nugent-Hopkins goal that made it 2-0 Edmonton. Well, now you get Soucy back for Game 5 tomorrow night from that one-game suspension. And I think people underappreciate how good he is, and he'll be a welcome return for Vancouver.
No, it's a good point with Bano. It disrupted the rotation of the defense in a big way. That was the problem. It wasn't just him being gone. It just changed, moved everyone down a notch. Exactly. You know, how we're going to handle this? Who do we put with who? It just changed. They had a nice rhythm going with Soucy. Not to mention Soucy offensively had been chipping in as well. He had with the 3 assists. So I think Vancouver, listen, these games are all close. They're all one-goal games. Vancouver played 8 straight one-goal games. So it's not crazy to say there's going to be a one-goal game again tomorrow. But this series is a lot of fun. It's Vancouver's turn, though, to step up and play desperate hockey tomorrow. And then Friday, Babano, what do you think of the Panthers and the Bruins? Are we going 7 here? Looks like Marchand's going to be back for this game. They blew the lead last year, 3-1. Is this reverse roles this year? What do you think about this game 6 right now?
I think the Florida Panthers will end it on Friday night, actually, in Boston. I do, because they're undefeated off a loss here in the playoffs. Look at these last 2 times they've lost in the playoffs. They lost Game 4 against Tampa. They bounced back. They finished off the Lightning, and they won 6-1. Then they lost Game 1 in this series against Boston, coming off the layoff. I don't think they were very sharp. And then in Game 2 against the Bruins, they pasted them 6-1. This has been a very good bounce-back team, the Florida Panthers. They know they weren't at their best, and they weren't terrible last night. But you know what their problem was? The passes weren't clicking. Their finish was not there. They were missing nets, and they were fanning on shots. And when they did hit the net, Swayman was there. I think their finish will be a little bit better. So I think Florida can finish that series. Dallas, Colorado, I'm torn on this one because I think Dallas is a good enough road team to end it. Ottinger off a loss is tremendous. But Colorado is one of those teams like Vegas when they played Dallas in the first round. They won Game 6 to avoid going 0-3 at home in the series. Colorado, it's difficult to beat them 3 times in their building in the same series. That being said, I'm going to stick my neck out there, say Dallas ends the series as well. And if they don't, I'll be on them in Game 7 with Peter DeBoer and his 8-0 record in Game 7s.
It's a good point. 8-0 in Game 7s in his career. All right, so let's get to the NBA right now. And, of course, the Dallas Mavericks were victorious this evening, and the Boston Celtics win, but they end up winning by 15, and it was 15.5, or depending on what your number was when you bet it. So the Minnesota Timberwolves take center stage against the Denver Nuggets tomorrow night, guys. The only NBA game, 8:30 Eastern time. Minnesota Timberwolves, 2.5 to 2-point favorites, depending on the situation. The total, 203.5 right now. T-Wolves minus 135 on the money line. Nuggets plus 115. Cam, you already have the T-Wolves at plus 1.5, so you need the T-Wolves tomorrow. But
I do.
I think the Nuggets finish them off tomorrow. I'm going to take the Nuggets plus the 2.5, but nothing would surprise me at this point in this series. Babano, what's your pick?
Yeah, I agree. Babano?
For me, look, it's tough. I think Denver. I got to say Denver. I mean, we saw in Game 4 at home, Minnesota, with Anthony Edwards going off for, 44 points, and they still lost by double digits. I think they've been solved at this point by Denver, and I hate to say that because I thought Denver was in trouble after Game 2. But then you look at Game 5, and they start to get everybody else involved, but then they can't contain Jokic. He goes off for 40. He had an incredible performance. And you know what's the problem, too, is they're letting Holiday hit big threes. They're letting Christian Brown have some big moments. They're letting some of the supporting – Aaron Gordon's gone off multiple games in this series. That's the problem for Minnesota. Too many Denver players are feeling comfortable offensively suddenly against them. And that's
they weren't early.
Yeah.
And for you, Cam, for your 1.5, so you got the T-Wolves 1.5. Bovey brought it up earlier, but this is what you got to do to get out of it without hedging and, like, you could win both this way.
Yep.
kind of what we were talking about. The Minnesota Timberwolves, like Babban was just saying about the Canucks, the T-Wolves will probably come out hot tomorrow.
I agree.
Right? Like they'll have a good first quarter. And I'm not saying they're going to smoke them, but, let's say they're up 30 to 23 or 29-24 or something. Wait, grab Denver in game and say, you know what? Get the Nuggets at like plus 7.5 in game, plus 6.5, plus 8, whatever number you want to grab in game there after an early start, and then potentially you're covered both ways. Minnesota could win the game, you win your series bet, and then Denver can still cover the point spread. And if Minnesota just implode and the series bet goes to hell, you're like, well, at least I cover with the Nuggets plus the points. That's the way to attack that.
You know what, Morency? Great call. I'm also going to do this. Race to 10. I'm going to start it off with that, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I'm dead serious.
That's
I think I'll come out. I'm like
10.
a 10-2 lead. I'm like, there we go. There's one step here. Sometimes you got to do that. Like, I agree with what you and Bobby are saying, though. Like, if Minnesota doesn't come out and have a lead early in this game, you're toast. You have to, you got to come out and fight. It's been brutal, man. I thought they were going to crush these guys in this series. Man, was I wrong.
Me too.
Couldn't be more wrong.
Well, once they were up 2-0, I thought they would be up 3. I thought they would split in Minnesota. Yeah. I thought they'd split in Minnesota and go back to Denver 3-1. But Denver have just stolen it back. And we're going to look back on this and them not suspending Jamal Murray for throwing the heat pack on the court.
Great call.
I don't know, it's a guarantee they would have lost without him, but...
Look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Every missed call, the entire game, whether it's a charge or a block or a deflection that was wrong or a foul that should have been called that wasn't called or vice versa. Give me a 48-minute report. And people that will understand that there's so many mistakes that the referees make over the course of the game that referees, ready folks, don't decide the outcome.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not one, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage late
sort
night.
of has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. So the NFL schedule has come out, and the college football schedule. College football schedule is already out. Sort of, you knew who they were playing, but now it's starting to pop up like times, this, that, week, this, and what networks the games are on and all that. I'm just looking right now just quickly at this. So Michigan are playing Washington in Seattle on October the 5th. And this is a football game I'm going to go to. And I noticed the Giants are playing the Seahawks on the following day. But I've seen the Giants enough in my life. I don't need to see them in Seattle.
That's the best. Go to a Seahawks game. No, Giants. I'm done.
I didn't go to Giant games when I lived 10 minutes from the stadium, bro. Like, I mean, start going now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Good point.
But
Good
no,
point.
I did go. But you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, Giants, Seahawks, not exactly bucket list. But Cam Seattle Seahawks are playing my Buffalo Bills on October the 27th. So I wanted to see that weekend. Are the Washington Huskies playing at home that weekend? And they are not. They are not. They are at Indiana. Yeah, just for people who want to do the double dip. I was getting tweets from today from people that told me they did that. They're like, oh, yeah, I saw the Utah Utes and the Seahawks back-to-back in Seattle last year.
That's cool.
A lot of Seahawk fans tuning into the show. A lot of Bills fans, too. So I've already had people, I've got season tickets, and if you need tickets. And so that'd be a good weekend, actually, Cam. You're going to come out to the Pacific Northwest. Buffalo Bills, Seattle Seahawks. And it'll be NHL season by then, too. There'll probably be hockey games going on that weekend. But, the schedules are released. A lot of excitement in the air right now for people looking, all right, we're going to go to this game and that game. And tomorrow night, Drew Martin's going to be with us. And we're in on this. We're locked in now. And people are free to come. Doesn't mean we're all going to sit together because whatever. There could end up be a lot of us in the end. But the LSU Tigers are playing the Trojans August the 31st in Las Vegas. It's the kickoff classic game, the standalone Sunday night game. Last 2 years, it was Florida State and LSU. This year, it's LSU and USC in Vegas. So me and Drew Martin are in. And Dave Sharapan said a number because Teddy covers. I said, we're going to get Teddy to come. And Sharapan said minus 1,000 that Teddy does not leave his house for this game. And everybody started setting numbers that they were like, no way Teddy Covers leaves the house and goes to a football game. And Teddy is confirmed, so you all lose. Teddy Covers confirmed to be coming to the game.
Teddy
I set a number, Cam, that Tony Finn will come, but never make it to his seat. What are the odds on that? And I think it's a pretty fair bet.
That's a stone cold lock.
He'll say he's coming. He'll buy the ticket. And there'll be a story. I pulled into the parking lot, and I ended up like on the other side of the expressway, and I couldn't get in, and the security. And I mean, he got lost at MGM Grand when we did a show at the Super Bowl.
Palomino.
No, 2 years ago we got lost with Cam at the Rose Bowl. So I set a number. No, dude, we're not even like in the MGM. We're doing a show in the sports book. He leaves and he never came back. And there was some story about the parking lot in his car. And I'm like, dude, I can't. I don't know, Tony. Like, you know what I mean? So for this, Cam, I'm like, I'm not buying Tony a ticket in advance. He's going to buy his own ticket. You're going to get I don't want to be a jerk about it. I'm going to listen, Tony. We're going to hang out. But you got to buy your own ticket in your own section or something. Like, I can't be dependent on like meeting you, but going to the stadium.
I've never had a night game where we were with Tony where something stupid didn't happen. Like, we never have a normal night with that guy. It's unreal. It's actually like crazy situations where we almost fell into a tree, or like we get. Oh, he took us to this area. Me and Gabe are driving back when we were in LA before the Super Bowl for media week, and the guy's like, he's all over the we don't even know what the hell's going on. Like, it was crazy. Tony's a menace to society, but I love him. Great guy.
He's a great guy to party with, but don't book a ride home with him. That's the moral of that story. But so we're going to be there. So for those of you though that are entering the Super Contest, the Circa Contest, the Circa Survivor, and all that, great weekend to be in Vegas. So that's the weekend we're going to be doing it. We're going to be in Vegas like August 31st, August 30th that weekend. Week 0 college football, and there's some big time games that weekend. Like LSU and USC are playing in Las Vegas, but Colorado, North Dakota State, I think Texas A&M, Florida play that night. There's a bunch of big time games. There's actually it's a big time week 0 by week 0 standards. There's like multiple big time. Georgia's playing Clemson. I think Georgia's playing Clemson that night, the Saturday night. So we'll kick it at the Circa and go to the football game on Sunday night, enter all the contests. It's going to be a great time. So we're just giving people a heads up if you want to plan your trip. So NBA basketball, we talked about it. Let's get to some golf here, Cam. What do you got for us? What are your best bets? Who's going to win the tournament?
Okay, guys, let's start with the outrights. And Gabe, you're going to be proud of me. I'm actually taking a lot less, and then I'm going to buy in later in the tournament. I got 4 picks for you, and I'm going to add a little bit of Neiman and a little bit of Ty Hatton at 66. Give me Brooks Koepka. It's boosted on one of my books to 22. That's nuts. He's been bet down to 14. That price is exceptional. Bryson DeChambeau murders the ball at 30-1. That is an incredible price for a guy that is playing great golf on the LIV Tour. I think these guys on the LIV Tour are going to do well. Wyndham Clark, perfect type of course for him. I know he's not in great form, and he's kind of a polarizing player recently. Not in his best, but at that price, I've seen 45s out there now. And Cameron Young, this guy's probably a better top 10 and top 20 play guys, but he does have the length to win, and this is the type of tournament I like him in. Now, Gabe, we talked about your old friend Xander Schauffele. We take him for a top 10. We don't take him to win the tournament. Plus 170 for a top 10 finish. You could sign me up with that. Brooks Koepka, I'll lay 20 cents with him top 10, and I'm taking him 20. I'm doing so many damn things. Listen to this one. Brooks Koepka, top USA player. So if they're not for Scheffler, 8-1, and you could take Bryson DeChambeau at 16-1 to be top American. Hey, Babano, sorry I didn't take your buddy Mackenzie Hughes from your hometown, but I'm taking Taylor Pendrith, top Canadian, plus 370. A win and a top 10 in his last 2 events. And give me the iceberg, Ludwig Aubert, minus 110 top speed. Is that you breathing, Babano? Man, you got a serious heavy breathing problem. I thought it was me.
Look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those 2 guys, those 2 monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Every missed call, the entire game, whether it's a charge or a block or a deflection that was wrong or a foul that should have been called that wasn't called or vice versa. Give me a 48-minute report. And people that will understand that there's so many mistakes that the referees make over the course of the game that referees, ready folks, don't decide the outcome.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not 1, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage
This
late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
SportsRage continues. We're talking about the PGA Championship. We've hit a lot of stuff tonight, but more picks coming up here. So, Cam, what else do you have for us? And Babano, actually, let's get to Babano. We got Ghoster in the house. Babano, you got some first-round leader picks, and I like the first-round leader. You don't have to wait, and you get better odds. And so what do you like? First-round leader, Babano, what do you got?
3, Bryson DeChambeau. Look, he had a great first round in Augusta. After the first round, he's looking for back-to-back first-round leads in a major. I think he can do it, and his form's been great. Byung-Hyun An, another first-round leader, and the other that I'm on is Taylor Pendrith, the Canadian. Of course, a great victory for him recently to keep it going. And quickly on the outrights, Ludwig Oberg, Sahith Theegala, Cameron Young, Joaquin Niemann, and Matt Fitzpatrick are the main for my golf guy.
Cool. I like Bryson as well. I'm a bit, so it's almost scary. I think he's going to be right there. I like Joaquin Niemann. I think he's going to be right there. Great top 20 bet, but I think Niemann's definitely in the mix. I can't believe I'm going with all these live guys. I mean, I almost I feel like I almost have to do a PGA guy, but
yeah,
I don't feel good about Scheffler this week, guys. Just call it a gut feel. I'm not down with Scheffler. Weird thing too, Kim. I saw that you need guys that win here, like with this, talking about 180 miles an hour of ball spin.
Yep.
And for the metric guys, Scheffler doesn't have it. Just for the record, it's sort of like he doesn't meet some. This course isn't like made for him, as great as he is. But maybe he watch him win now. But I don't really like the PGA guys. Let me get Ghoster in here. Ghoster, I like Bryson as well. Scary. Yeah. So he likes Bryson, Max Homa, Niemann. Niemann's a popular pick. Hatton, Siwoo Kim, and Alex Noren, all first round leaders as well. Man, I got to pick my PGA guys don't like the odds, but give me Rory. I wouldn't be surprised if Rory actually wins this damn thing.
Hey, every time Rory gets rid of a woman, his golf game goes through the roof.
That's why I don't like Zalatoris. Since he got divorced, since he got married, he sucks.
He's a trendy pick this week, and I'm not on him. I'll take him maybe for a top 20, but that's about it. First round leaders, Xander Schauffele, 30-1. Bryson DeChambeau, 35-1. Sepp Straka, hot starter, 75-1. Alex Noren, 85. Keegan Bradley, he hits it big, 110. And a Buffalo Bill fan, Kashmir Keith Mitchell at 110-1. Also got a fun parlay for you guys. Spain, South America, Germany, and France. Are you ready to go? John Rahm, Joaquin Niemann, Jagerbaum from Germany, and Matthew Pavon, the best Frenchman, plus 392. Gabe, Rahm top Spain, top South America, top German, top Frenchman. Let's have fun at the PGA.
I'm going to go with an all-Canadian to make the cut odds boost here. Corey Connors to make the cut, Pendrith to make the cut, Mackenzie Hughes to make the cut, plus 345.
I like that, actually. I like it.
Yeah, Tiger Woods does not make the cut. It's minus 225 right now, but I say that Tiger does not make the cut. All right, here's a boost here. Not good enough odds, Cam. Top 5. Scotty Scheffler, top 5. Rory, top 5. Plus 516.
Nope. There's another one that I did, though. It's
Scotty Scheffler. Yeah, top 10. Scotty Scheffler, top 10. Brooks Koepka, top 10. Bryson DeChambeau, top 10. Plus 1,600.
Yep, I did that one. I'm more worried about Scheffler. As crazy as that sounds, I don't know what's going to happen after the baby. I don't know. He hasn't played a lot of golf. He says he hasn't had the same prep. He's so damn good. I'm not sure if he's going to win, but he should be a top 10. The guy's there every time.
And we got some matchup plays here. So who should we be picking on? Oh, you know what? Here's another freaking live guy I like. I knew there was another one. John Rahm. Put John Rahm on my card. I guess I got Bryson, Niemann, and John Rahm, and Rory.
Gabe?
I got Liv versus Rory. That's it.
I got John Rahm on one book, a matchup bet, plus 340 versus Scheffler, and there's another one with Koepka, plus 260 against Scheffler. If you want to fade Scheffler, these numbers are crazy for matchup bets. This could be the week.
No love. No one brought up Victor Hovland this week.
Yeah, he's too polarizing. He can miss the cut or win. We don't know what Victor's doing.
Futures placed in the fall of last year for him to win every major because I thought he was ripping it up and due to win one, and now he's in bad
major.
That was bold.
That's very
I like
bold.
your style.
I like Fabato's style too. Every major.
But his form has crashed since.
What about
time.
Jordan Spieth? Spieth head-to-head against Matt Fitzpatrick.
I don't pick him.
I don't trust.
I don't like that. I don't trust Fitzpatrick.
Hey, give me Denny McCarthy head-to-head matchup against Rybread. Other than that, you're on your own later.
fragile are these guys? It's amazing. They're supposed to be the greatest athletes in the world, and yet they can't